Okay, now let's go over some operational things on the Nakajima. So most commonly we're going to be sewing leather. So I'm going to start with a thick piece of leather. So we're going to raise the presser foot, drop it in. Pretty important, very important. Before you start sewing, you want to turn the wheel, drop the needle into the fabric. The reason being, if you don't do that, when you step on the pedal, it's pretty powerful. It'll unthread your machine, or worse yet, you'll end up with loose threads underneath and it makes a big mess. Okay, so I've got my presser foot down. I have my dial turned to 8. It's the biggest stitch. I'm going to start there and dial down. So let's hit the pedal. You can see it's a walking foot. You can kind of see that it just hops over big, thick, chunky things. Lift that, there we go. And then you can start playing with stitch size. I'm going to turn it over to 6 and see if that's any better for this particular weight of leather. That looks a little better. See these little track marks here? If you are working on thick, delicate leather, and you can tell because if you scratch it, it's going to do this. But the trick to that is you put a piece of tape over when you sew. So basically, it's just like a regular hoe machine. We're going to use our reverse paddle here, forward, back again. And the tensioners, you really should never have to touch. I know you're tempted to like, oh, let's dork with those, but they're actually set up for the weight of the thread versus the weight of the fabric. So you really don't need to mess with these. The only thing you're ever really going to change is the stitch size. So that's leather. I'm going to pull this out. Oh, this is a really fun one. So when I go to pull this out, again, it's tight. Look at that. Like it won't move. What's going on? Raise the hook all the way to the top and then try it. And it comes right out. There's that one sweet spot. Okay, so other fabrics you would use, this is a piece of vinyl. Lovely. So let's say I'm gonna sew these two pieces together. Again, drop the needle down. And you can see how powerful that dog feed is. You don't have to push or pull. The machine does it. And it's very nimble, very nimble. Pretty fun. So the other thing, oh, I didn't raise the hook. Let's raise the hook so I can pull it out. There we go. Slide out. Sometimes you need to put, you need to use this machine for denim, especially if you're going over really thick, you know, when you get into here. It's like, how am I going to sew over that? So this is a great little project. You take a pant leg and you sew it at the bottom. Sew it shut, needle down. This is where it gets scary. These heavy duty things. She goes right over it, no problem. You do have backstitch capabilities as well. So if you're working with multiple layers of denim or repairing a pair of jeans and you have to get over this seam, this is a great machine for that. If I was going to finish this, I would just turn this down, top stitch it, put a handle on it, and now it's a water bottle bag. Yeah, so that's the basic operation of the Nakajima. What are we forgetting? I think that's it.